Hello and welcome to this video. Today we're going to talk about substances and the concept of addiction or drug abuse. Last time we listened to one of my songs, a song called Stranger in the Streets. And today we're going to listen to another one of my songs. And this song is called Ode to the Primal Medicine of My Mind. It's also on the album Detritus. On this song I have a featuring, and it's an artist called Rel. I'm actually not sure if I pronounce it right. Rel, R-E-L, and it's a rapper from Bulgaria. A really good friend of mine called Alexander, that I met here in Denmark because he was studying here, and I really wanted him as featuring on this song because I think Alexander is such a cool guy. He's just a lovely person, really clever, and really a beautiful man too. He's a good friend of mine, and although I haven't talked to him in a long time, I made the song and I wanted him to be featured on it. So I made him write. Or actually, I made him freestyle something. So we were just having fun when we recorded it, and that's why I put it on this album, because this album, Detritus, all the songs on this album have different reasons for being a bit unpolished, as I said in the last video. So this song, Ode to the Primal Medicine of My Mind, it has two messages, because the medicine of my mind could be several things or many different things. What is medicine? What is the concept of medicine? An ode is a song you make to celebrate something, or you make it to I don't know how I can put it in a different way than to celebrate something or to praise it. It's something you make to sort of say thank you, or to should we find the definition of what the ode is? An ode, meaning a lyric poem, typically one in the form of an address to a particular subject, written in varied or irregular meter. The thing that I'm drawn to is this idea of addressing a particular subject. So this, as I said, it's kind of a celebration of the primal. And here it actually means, as I said, it has two messages, because first of all, the primal medicine of my mind is love. But it also has another meaning. It's up to interpretation, and I'm not really going to say what my medicine of my mind is, other than love, because that is the sole message of the song, really. But there might be other substances than love that you can have as a medicine, because what is medicine? Laughing is a medicine. It could be medicine, or we cannot really say what medicine is. Let's just start listening to the song. Let's see, it's right here. Let's see. This is Ode to the Primal Medicine of My Mind.
Listen up, y'all.
I saw the light shine up on your face tonight. You were lying there and I thought that it was alright.
So this, as I said, it's about love, this substance called love, where it can be intoxicating, and it can be, you can be addicted to it in a sort of way. So this the lyrics in the start of the text here where I sing, I saw the light shine up on your face tonight. You were lying there, and I thought that it was all right. You were looking at me with your tired eyes, and I said to you, will you lay by my side? Can't you see that you're the one for me, that you're the one that makes the sunshine every day? I thought about whether or not I should react to this song because it's actually about an ex-girlfriend. But the text was written back then, so I don't feel like it's problematic to talk about it now, as it is not representing the feelings that I have right now, but still it represents the feeling that I had back then, and therefore I'm reacting to the song anyways, because whatever, I don't give a sorry. I wrote this song about an ex. When I wrote the song, it was in the start of our relationship. Yeah, it's about loving a person and this intoxicating, this medicine that love can be. The question here is, can you be addicted to love? What can you actually be addicted to? What I want to talk about is, what is an addiction? How do we actually quantize what it means to have an addiction? Like, are we all addicted to water? We are all addicted to water, but why is that not called an addiction? Like, we are addicted to water. You cannot say that we're not addicted to water, because we are actually in fact addicted to water. It is necessary for a human to drink water, for us to survive. So why do we not see water as an addiction, or usage of water as an addiction? And when would our usage of water become an addiction? Is that when we abuse it? Like, how much water do I have to drink for it to be abuse of water, or like substance abuse? Because water is a substance that can be, like, if I drink so much water that I die, then I actually OD on water. Why do we not see that as an addiction? Let's listen to more of the song. And it's the same with love, and it's the same with everything. How many pairs of shoes do you have to have for it to be an addiction? Or how much music do you have to listen to each day for it to be an addiction? Do you have to have withdrawal symptoms for it to be an addiction? Like, if you're used to listening to music, let's say 12 hours a day, and then someone takes it away from you so that you cannot listen to music, let's say in a week, wouldn't you have withdrawal symptoms too? And wouldn't it then be an addiction? Or how do we actually decide what is addiction and what is not? What is substance abuse and what is not? Yeah, let's listen to more of the song. I'll just go back so that we can hear. Let's start it from scratch. So it starts with these violin samples that I used.
Listen up, y'all.
I saw the light shine up on your face tonight.
You were lying there and I thought that it was alright.
You were looking at me with your tired eyes, and you said to me,
Will you lay by my side?
can't you see that you're the one for me? You're the one that makes my sun shine every day.
Then comes the chorus.
It's the primal medicine of my mind.
This is real.
When I
It
get
sings this.
something in my mind, I feel so drugged up, so fine. I feel like everything is mine. I gotta say, I expect from you.
Can we even say that
I
we
gotta
were
say,
meant to be?
I expect from you.
Because I feel like we are. It was nice to see that you also love me, because I wanna be loved by someone I love as well.
So in the second verse, me and Rill is singing together. Just it's like call and response basically, and this part is about the feeling of mutual love. One thing is to love another person, but to feel that the love is mutual is something else. You get even more addicted to love that is mutual because it feels right. But isn't all kinds of abuse or substance abuse or addiction actually deeper rooted than just being a person trying a drug and then getting addicted to it? Because I feel like addiction is something that lays deeper inside a human. Some people are more likely to get addicted to things, while other people have a and I don't think it's because they have a stronger mentality. It can be a lot of things, both nurture and nature. You can't just say that because a person has an addiction to something, he's a bad person. Because first of all, what is an addiction? But also, what is the reason for the person to have an addiction? And there can be a lot of different reasons for having an addiction. And also, like a lot of people, many people are addicted to things like sugar or working out or music or YouTube, TikTok. When is an addiction, you know? When are you addicted to TikTok? How much does it have to affect your life for it to be an addiction? That's just what I'm questioning. Like, you can't really say that being addicted to something is bad necessarily, because I'm addicted to breathing oxygen. I'm addicted to light. I couldn't be able to film this without it. I'm addicted to electricity. I'm addicted to all kinds of stuff because I depend on it. An addiction is just being dependent on something. I'm addicted to my friends because what would I be without them? I'm addicted to the sun then, because without the sun we would all be dead or not alive. So what is an addiction? Can anybody tell me that? Tell me in the comments what an addiction is. Yeah, let's listen to more of the song actually. Let's see.
Can you just be the one that show the world to me? 'Cause I love you and it's not supposed to be like
I
this.
gotta say,
We
I
should
expect
be
you.
together.
Yeah, we should be together.
It's the primal medicine of my mind. When I have something in my mind, I
really
feel
love
so
this part of the
drunk, I'm
song.
so fine. I feel like everything is mine. It's the primal medicine of my mind. When I have something in my mind, I feel so drunk, I'm so fine. I feel like everything is mine. Deep in the ocean, that's the devotion. Hey, deep in the ocean, swimming like a potion. It's the primal medicine of my mind. When I have something in my mind, I feel so drunk, I'm so fine. I feel like everything.
So let's talk about why I end the song by saying I feel like everything, because in the other choruses I sing I feel like everything is mine, but it's just this feeling of being in a bliss, or like being in this state of bliss where you're really happy, and that's what our addictions do. You could say that That's maybe the difference between an addiction and just something that you are dependent on. Because if I eat some food that I don't like, I get what I need, but does it give me this feeling of greatness, this feeling drugged up, feeling so fine that we're saying about here? Does it actually? Because when is it a medicine? Maybe that's the difference then between the medicine and a necessity, because food is of course a necessity, but it becomes a medicine when it is more than just that. Let's say that I eat something that I really like, let's say sushi, and I eat this sushi and it makes me really, really happy. I'm not addicted to it, but how much sushi do I need to eat for me to be addicted to it? Like if I ate sushi every day for all of my life, my whole life, and then I stopped eating it and it would make me sad, would I then have been addicted to it? Like I feel like I'm just repeating myself here, but what does it mean to be addicted to something? I play piano a lot, especially recently. But if I lost my piano, let's say that my piano got stolen or something, and I wouldn't be able to play the piano when I wanted to, it would make my life different, and it would take some quality away from my life. Am I then addicted to my piano or playing piano? Am I actually addicted to it because it makes me feel better and it makes my life, I feel like it makes my life better? But how much do I have to be addicted to my piano or playing piano for it to be an addiction? Because that's a problem with many concepts. Many concepts, if you actually look at them and start to analyze and think about what the concept means in all kinds of situations, then it becomes clear that many concepts are really blurry and difficult to pinpoint in a way that is universal. Because an addiction is very much dependent on how you see it. For example, cannabis is legal now in the United States. What does it take for you to be addicted to cannabis in the States? Because I feel like you could almost smoke weed every day and not be addicted to it, as long as it's not something that is ruining your life. What does it actually mean for it to be an abuse, substance abuse? Because let's say that you smoke weed recreationally, let's say once a month, and you do it every month because you really want to or something like that. It's just an example, of course. Is it then an addiction? Or let's say sex, you can be addicted to sex. So if I were on Tinder or something, like for me, I would feel like I would say that a person would be addicted to going on dates, or addicted to I don't know if I would say sex, because that's not really the same thing, because you can't expect sex from a date, you know. That would be I don't have words to describe how fucked up that would be, but you know, that would be really toxic to expect from all dates, because you know why, mate. Shut the up. So I'm just asking, what does it mean? What is an addiction? Like, we cannot really pinpoint what it is. Let's say, is Snoop Dogg addicted to cannabis? That's what it's called. Is Snoop Dogg addicted to cannabis? We might say that he's addicted, but is it substance abuse? That's something else, right? Because a substance abuse is not really the same as an addiction, but it depends on the perspective. All I'm saying is just think about the perspective, because it is like that in many different situations. The perspective says it all. If you can understand your own perspective, then you can also understand your opinions. And that's something we all should get better at. Understanding our own perspective, so that we understand others' perspectives. Because the way that we are getting more and more divided because of different opinions is just really, really bad for the discussion. We have to see each other's opinion. We have to recognize each other's perspectives. Because if we just see everything from our own perspective, then we're just radical. That's not how we stop war, and how we stop. That's not how we make a better world. We have to be able to discuss difficult issues between ourselves, because if we don't, it will be really, really bad in the future. Also, if we just get more and more divided, if we get more and more polarized, it will not make the world a better place. Just look at the United States. It's crazy over there. Like, people are madly disagreeing on almost everything. It's really difficult to talk about, I feel like, because it's so important for us to actually talking about this. We have to get better at communicating. Communication is key to understanding other people. But in communication, perspective comes first. If I don't understand your perspective, how would I ever understand what you're saying to me? How would I ever understand your worldview and what you mean by what you're saying? If I wouldn't see your perspective for what it is, I would always misunderstand you. And I would never realize that what you are saying comes from a good place. Like, you're not trying. People that don't agree with you or have other opinions, most of the time they're not evil. They're not trying to be bad or be. We all want a better world for everybody. And if you don't want a better world for everybody, you can go yourself. Honestly. Because if you don't want a better world for everybody, then you're fucking then you're egoistic. You cannot be but egoistic if you don't want a better world for everybody. We should stop making war. We should stop oppressing people. I feel like I'm asking you guys a lot of questions, and I have very few answers to these questions. That's why I'm hoping for you guys to write in the comments what you think, so that we I don't think that we can come to any agreement of how we should use these terms. But nonetheless, should we try and discuss these concepts so that we can better understand where other people's perspectives come from. My best example is the example with water, where I am definitely addicted to water because I will die if I do not drink water. So I am addicted to water. But why is this addiction to water not something that we are talking about? That's because the addiction to water is necessary. But aren't there other addictions that are okay in our society that are still bad for you? Let's say being addicted to shoes could be bad for you if you use money on shoes where you should not use money on shoes. That's the same with gambling. It's not really bad to gamble, but it quickly becomes an abuse, a form of abuse if you do it too much, because it's just something that you can, if you use money that you do not have on gambling, then it's really, really bad. But let's say that you are a manager of a huge company and you make a lot of money and you have a perfect life, but you smoke cannabis once a week, or you smoke cannabis every day, or let's say you drink alcohol every day or something like that. Let's say that you actually drink. There are many examples where people drink alcohol every day, but it doesn't hinder their lives. So is it an addiction? It might be. But then we have to talk about good addictions and bad addictions, and the fact that it is something that is blurry. There is a blurry line between the good addictions and the bad addictions. And then we can talk about what is good and what is bad. We can't even pinpoint that because it's also about perspective. It's really it's really difficult, but still we have to talk about it, because we cannot just go around and then just, if you get told that this addiction and this addiction is really bad, but you do not hear about, or you do not know the and I feel like it's a fact. You can write in the comments if you disagree, please. But I feel like it's a fact that there are good addictions too, because my addiction to water is a good addiction, as it is literally a lifesaver. If I wasn't addicted to water, I would be dead. It's like does it make sense what I'm saying? So we have a lot of examples. Then we have love, we have substance abuse. No, with substance abuse, you could say that love is a substance. So we have love, we have cannabis, we have shoes, we have sugar, we have food in general, we have gambling, we have what did I forget? I feel like I mentioned a lot of addictions now, but not all of these addictions are bad, and not all addictions that we as a society see as addictions are necessarily bad. They can be, of course they can be. Everything could be bad. If I'm addicted to water, but if I drank too much water every day, I think it would be bad for me. Or let's say that I bought a pair of shoes every day. I could use my money on something better, but I feel like a person that really, really loves shoes, and they should love it. If they feel like if they feel like their life gets better by having this interest in shoes, then I don't care. They should do whatever they want. Of course they should. So I cannot sit here and say that they have an addiction to shoes. Or maybe I can say they have an addiction to shoes. But my point is that we have to stop seeing addiction as necessarily a bad thing. Because addiction it's not always a bad thing. Because we have examples where addiction is necessary and examples where addictions are actually good. Or just necessary. Let's say I'm addicted to public transport because otherwise I would have to walk. Is that an addiction? I could just walk instead. But when I'm used to taking public transport, and when the public transport then stops being there, it would have been an addiction, because it would I would have some sort of withdrawal symptoms, because it would hinder me in going places as fast as I could with the public transport. It's just examples, you know. Let's say, are we addicted to the planet Earth in general? Yeah, we are. So should we stop abusing planet Earth as we're doing right now? Because we're actually using so much that it might end up dying. The ecosystems and the way that the planet works. If we breathe up all the oxygen without making new oxygen and just pumping out CO2 instead, and then we will not be able to, let's say in, I don't know, 200 years, 300 years, maybe it's 1,000 years, then we won't be able to breathe the air on our planet. Isn't it then some sort of addiction and substance abuse? We're like doing, or wouldn't it be an example of abuse? Because substance abuse, because we wouldn't, I don't know, I'm just rambling. I feel like we should stop the video here. I don't know if there is anything else that I should be mentioning of the song. It's just, I like the song. It's really different, and I don't feel like it's one of the best songs that I made necessarily, but I do really love the song, especially because it reminds me of my the time that I spent with Alexander, who is featured on the song. Just a really, really nice guy, and yeah, it just so the song takes me back to that period where we made the song and where I became friends with Alexander, and yeah, it was nice, and also it takes me back to the love I had with my ex, which is also, if I look at it with the right perspective, it's really, really beautiful also. So yeah, let's say that was it. I hope that you are still with me, and if you are still here, I love you. You are really, really cool, and I owe you. So next week we're going to listen to the next song on the album. You can go listen to it beforehand if you want to, so that you are prepared for the next upload. The next song is What Do You Think I Am Without You? And I'm really, really looking forward to talking about this song, because I feel like this is one of the best texts I wrote. And also I made this song with a friend of mine. Yeah, I will not say who this friend is now, because he's not featured, although he we worked on the song together. So actually, I think that he made the song actually, and I just wrote half of the text. So it's actually more his song than mine. But let's talk about that next week. I hope you enjoyed this my TED talk, and I really hope that you are well, and that you I'm really saying too much. I'm really sorry about that. I'm trying to better myself and not say that. Yeah. I don't know if we should make other kinds of videos. You can write in the comments. I know that I don't have any followers right now, so there is no comments, but please help me start a discussion in the comments. That's why I'm doing this. I'm trying to start discussions about these topics of how we should see concepts as something that is not universal, or something that is changing depending on the perspective. Sorry. This is not my primary language, so it's I feel like you already can hear that, or can tell that it's not my primary language. I'm from Denmark, if you didn't know. But yeah, let's see what happens, and go listen to my music, go view the other videos, find me on Instagram, find me on TikTok, and enjoy your life until we meet again. Bye.